So last September, I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across something called the 1980 Anomaly Theory. And it made no sense at first. Whenever I watched the video, it made absolutely no sense. And then I got to thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, it still didn't make any sense. It's pretty far out there as far as theories go. And if this is the first time that you're hearing about it, then you're in for a treat. So here's the $5 summary. According to this theory, in 1988, there was an unrecorded extinction event, a catastrophic event that wiped out all of humanity. And everything that we know now is based upon that lost world and that pivotal year.
That's absolutely ridiculous. 1988? What's next? A theory about the cosmic significance of acid-washed jeans?
Listen, this isn't about fashion. Some people think that this is the year that the simulation glitched out. Like the Mandela Effects traces back.
Oh, of course. The glitch just happens to line up with the rise of mullets and bad action movies. Very convenient.
You're not even giving this a chance. There's data. People claim that memories don't align after 1988. Think about all the unexplained events.
Memories don't align because people didn't write stuff down before Facebook existed. Your data is built on nostalgia and caffeine.
Okay, smarty pants, what about the increase in UFO activity since 1988?
Probably aliens showing up to make fun of your timeline. Honestly, I'd love to watch their reaction videos.
God. You know what? We'll deal with this later. Let me just make the video, all right? Anyway, guys, my name is Alan, aka The Damn It Man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like I said before, I was so rudely interrupted. Today, we're talking about the 1988 Anomaly Theory, the year that an extinction event happened and all of humanity was completely wiped out. Yeah. Everyone in the universe. But the thing is, the universe, it didn't just end. It was more like some kind of cosmic reset button was pushed. And just like when you hit the reset button on your Nintendo, we're back to where we began. Essentially, it was as though there was a glitch in a video game and it forced the system to reload a save file. And when this happened, nobody noticed. Not a single person was aware that their entire existence had been obliterated and restarted. Life just kept rolling along as if nothing had happened. It's as if we all just collectively shrugged off the biggest event in the history of everything. An event that we were never meant to remember in the first place. A cataclysm that rewrote the timeline and reset reality. And it all slipped by unnoticed. Unnoticed by everybody, except the so-called anomaly truthers. Yeah, I didn't come up with that name. So who are the anomaly truthers? Apparently, they're a group of internet theorists that believe that in 1988, a catastrophic event erased humanity. The event was so devastating that it caused a reset in the timeline. Like I said before, we've already heard that part. I know. So according to the 1988 Anomaly Theory, when this catastrophic event tripped the cosmic reset breaker, it didn't exactly leave things tidy. Instead, it fractured the timeline, and just like a cracked mirror, it began to reflect slightly different versions of reality. And out of this cosmic mess came something that we've all heard about, something that drives people crazy and makes them question their sanity to this day, the Mandela Effect. Yes, the Mandela Effect. You know, where people swear that they remember something one way and then it turns out to be something completely different, like the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears, or whether Pikachu's tail had a black tip or not. Which one do you remember? The theory says that these memory inconsistencies aren't just faulty recollections. They're fragments of memories bleeding through from the timeline before 1988, the one that got erased. Now think of it as our brain stubbornly holding on to echoes of a reality that doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it's crazy to think about. You're walking around doing your thing and suddenly something doesn't feel right. A logo looks wrong. The movie line isn't exactly how you remember it. An event that you are absolutely sure happened didn't happen at all. According to the theory, it's not just a coincidence. It's a glitch in the fractured timeline. The moments of confusion are scars left behind by whatever cosmic disaster had ripped through reality in 1988. So the next time someone tries to tell you the Mandela Effects is just bad memories, tell them to piss off. Blow their mind and tell them that they could be remembering fragments of a timeline that's not there anymore, and then just walk away. And then don't look back no matter how many times they say, sir, you forgot to pay for those. Just keep walking. Alongside the Mandela Effect, there was something else the 1988 Anomaly Theory created. an obsession with 80s nostalgia. Nearly every blockbuster movie or hit TV show lately seems to have its roots in the 1980s. They're reviving Ghostbusters, bringing back He-Man, making sequels, reboots, remakes of everything and anything that screams neon lights, big hair, and synth music. Go ahead, walk into any toy store, and you'll see shelves stacked with throwback of 1988's classics. He-Man, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, My Little Pony, even brands that have disappeared for decades are back. They're suddenly back like they never left. I saw a Rainbow Bright doll at Walmart last week. What in the hell is going on? According to the 1988 Anomaly Theory, this isn't just a marketing ploy or collective wave of nostalgia. This is a resurgence of all things 80s as a direct result of the timeline fracture. The theory suggests that when reality reset in 1988, fragments of the original timeline started to seep back into the collective consciousness. It's as though the 80s were so iconic, so deeply rooted in the pre-reset timeline that pieces of it just refused to stay buried. And the echoes of the past just keep resurfacing over and over and over again, pulling us back in to the last pure point in the timeline before everything changed. Now, when Hollywood churns out another 80s inspired hit or toy stores fill their shelves with retro merchandise, it's not just nostalgia for a simpler time. It's something much deeper. A subconscious connection to the timeline we lost, manifesting through pop culture. Maybe we're not just nostalgic for the 80s. On some level, we're trying to reconnect with a reality that was stolen from us. Okay, that's a lot to unpack. But the next time you see a He-Man or GoBots movie trailer, I want you to think about it for a second. Now, every single person who hears about this theory is going to have the same exact reaction. I don't remember that. I don't remember it. And of course you don't, because nobody does. Because if the theory holds up, the event was a timeline reset. Reality itself got a hard reboot. Everything before 1988, gone, erased, rewritten, replaced by something brand new. And we all move forward none the wiser. Wait, do you believe this? I'm not saying that I do. What I'm saying is that it lines up with other theories that are out there. Theories that I've heard about before I even heard about the 1988 Anomaly Theory. Theories that suggest that reality operates on a cycle. And every 12 years or so, something major happens. Another reset, another adjustment to the timeline. Now, and these might not be as massive as the supposed 1988 anomaly, but they're significant enough to leave ripples and glitches and trails of breadcrumbs for those that are paying attention. Now, let's start with 12 years after 1988. That brings us to the year 2000. Y2K? You remember Y2K? Are you old enough to remember Y2K? In the year 2000, the world braced for a catastrophe. People thought that computers were going to fail. When 99 rolled over to double zeros, the computer systems would fail, financial systems would collapse, planes would fall from the sky. But when the clock struck midnight, nothing happened. Nothing obvious happened. Or so we thought. What if Y2K wasn't just a technical scare, but another timeline reset? A timeline reset that was hidden in plain sight. Maybe the cataclysmic event that we expected to happen didn't happen because the simulation hit refresh before it could. Now, that's why everything seemed fine on the surface, but some people started noticing things. Strange little glitches and inconsistencies in the years that followed. In the movie The Matrix, Mr. Smith said that this time was chosen as the year for the simulated reality because it symbolized the pinnacle of human civilization before significant technological and societal shifts. Does this sound familiar at all? Y2K could have been the universe recalibrating itself. So, did anyone even notice this? Or were you too busy moving forward just like after 1988? Honestly, I don't remember that at all. Okay, I just moved on. When 2000 hit, I was at a party and everything was fine and we went home and I was hungover the next day. Now, 12 years after Y2K, we hit 2012, the year the Mayan calendar supposedly ended. Doomsday predictions ran wild. People thought it was going to be the apocalypse, a cosmic reset, or possibly a spiritual awakening. When nothing catastrophic happened, at least not on the surface, a new theory emerged. Have you ever heard of the everyone is dead theory? The idea of the everyone is dead theory is that we did experience an apocalyptic event, but we don't realize it because now we're existing in a simulation. And the simulation is a simulation of our own making, or a splintered version of our own reality. It's as if we crossed an invisible threshold in 2012 and life hasn't quite been the same since. Now, you can look that one up, or I can dive into it at another time, because trust me, it's just as crazy as it sounds. And now here we are, 12 years later, and 2024 was a wild year. The thing about the 1988 anomaly theory is that it doesn't just rely on random speculation. It pulls heavily from ideas and from quantum mechanics, quantum immortality, the many worlds theory, and of course the notion that reality itself might just be a simulation. Now, all of these things are things that I love to speculate about. They're some of my favorite things to talk about. So if nobody noticed the cataclysm in 1988, and if the resets in 2000 and 2012 went largely unnoticed, what makes you think that we spotted the one in 2024? Do you guys remember anything that happened in 2024? Does anything about 2024 stick out to you? Honestly, most people will say no. But if something did happen in 2024, it might show up in subtle ways. Glitches in the matrix, bizarre synchronicities, an uptick in deja vu or deja reve, and of course more Mandela effects that leave us questioning what's real. Now, these small little cracks in reality might be the only signs that the timeline has shifted once again, or we're all just freaking crazy. That could be too. 100% it could just be the we're crazy. The 1988 anomaly theory might sound absolutely insane. To a lot of people it does. And the more I talk about it out loud, yeah, it sounds insane. But it's one of those things. It's kind of fun to talk about. The 1988 anomaly theory, if anything, just kind of gives us an excuse to like 1980s nostalgia, an excuse for the reasons why we like 1980s nostalgia. Whether it is the reason for the Mandela effects, I have no idea. I have no way of telling that, because for as far as 1988, I remember 1988. I remember it. And I don't remember an extinction level event. And honest to God, I don't know who the anomaly truthers are. Is this just a TikTok video that somebody made up from ChatGPT? Something that was fun? Something that got them millions of views? Maybe, or maybe not. Who's to say? The one thing that's clear is that there is a pattern, a 12-year pattern. And the pattern is there for anyone that's willing to see it. Damn it, man. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.